Let's share it up real quick. Should be. I want to make sure this is good. Yeah. Share it up. Share it up. Share it up. All right. You guys good?
Yep, I'm just tagging you guys.
All right.
I'll tag Neil even though he's not here. He's with us in spirit.
In spirit.
If we were able to do that whole correspondent thing, that would be fire. That would be funny too. With our coverage of bowling right now, let's go to our correspondent Neil, who's at the alleys right now.
Oh, we got Otto here early. Otto ain't gonna be a fan of us tonight.
No, he's not.
And he shared stuff.
Between the Giants and the Magic, I apologize, sir.
We all apologize.
Otto's in here. He's in here early. He's not playing. He's ready. He's ready. Yes.
Yeah,
So we lost in the trade. We lost in a lot. Both your teams.
Oh man.
Well, it is what it is.
Okay, Dame. Nope.
All right, man. All right. Welcome to another episode of Inspired by True Events Sports Podcast here. Got my boy Phil and Kenny with me. Neil is not here. He's out here bowling against the turtle smokers. I thought of that as I was coming to the pod today. How you guys feeling today? What's been going on? What's the week been looking like for you guys?
Feeling a little sweet today, just it was a wonderful weekend. Watched a little bit of basketball. Saw Buddy Boeheim do unreal things. Typical March for a Syracuse fan.
How about you, Phil?
Feeling a bit under the weather because just got my first COVID shot. But we're doing good. We're still here. That's all that matters.
We will closely document you. We got this episode and the next one. We'll talk about that off here. That's more. But man, a lot's been going on. I went to Puerto Rico for about a week. I'm finally back. It feels good to be back. It felt like it was like 2 weeks. 5-day vacation is definitely where I'm going. I cannot go under 5 days after being spoiled like this. 5 days is perfect. But let's get right into it. We're going to get right into the NFL, man. Where should we start?
Well, first, let's just start off, something light. It's nothing controversial yet. Juju Smith-Schuster signed back with Pittsburgh.
Yes,
which I thought very good for him. A 1-year deal makes a lot of sense for someone like him. Show I got to try to get a bigger deal when the TV deals get bigger next year. But I was surprised that he took less money to go back to Pittsburgh than to go to Baltimore or to go to Kansas City. Yeah. It's just crazy to me because right now, obviously Kansas City, like I get to play Patrick Mahomes, be on a Super Bowl team. What? And make more money? It seemed like a no-brainer to me. I can maybe understand not wanting to go to Baltimore because that offense is not pass heavy, but I was mind blown that he picked Pittsburgh over Kansas City.
Hey man, I don't know. I think Juju is like we said before on here. I don't think he could be that Like it's not a knock to him. I don't think he could be that
No.
like alpha dog type of guy. Like I feel like I'm sort of the same way when I played. Like he's a good player to plug in to be a part of a team. There's nothing wrong with that. But
Right.
as far as that being that your guy, I don't know. I can't see it quite
And
yet.
I think that a lot of teams felt the same way that we feel, because I think that's why he lasted on the market so long, because no one wanted to give him that big money contract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just questioning. He really turned down Kansas City, though. I mean, it's just that's shocking. You turned down the defending AFC champion with Patrick. We could have done Corvette TikToks with Patrick Mahomes, and everyone would have been happy. Even his little brother Jackson. But
the thing is too, like we always say, he needs like we were saying like if he has an elite number one, then that works out well for him. Well, you have two number ones there. You had Kelsey and Tyreek Hill. Like
that's less pressure on you, to be honest.
You would have been eaten in that offense. Like you ate with AB. Imagine what you would have done when they literally can't double cover you now because you have two elite. I don't know. It's crazy to me.
And I think even there he would have had to take a 1-year deal because of the money situation there. You got $500 million into one player over the next 10 years. Money ain't looking too good right now. And
did you see?
Hill said,
They approached my man Tyreek Hill about the restructure, and he said, "I signed a contract. You're paying me that contract."
That's it, plain and simple.
Salute.
That is exactly what it's. Because if it was the other way around,
you tomorrow.
Yeah, if it was the other way around, it'd be a big deal. And
right. If I want more money,
hopefully that's not a problem for the team going forward. But that's honesty. He said, "I'll let all the other people deal with it because it's not fun for me anymore once I start worrying about business," which is true. So I don't know. I saw that interview and I'm like, yes, don't restructure your deal at all. Like, what are you doing? You sign that, get your money, get your bonus. There's a lot of restructures this offseason too.
I know restructuring though is weird to me because I understand. I completely get what Tyreek Hill is saying, but also too, if you're still going to get the same amount of money, but you can also help your team free up more money, I guess I wonder why you wouldn't restructure it. Now, if they came to you and said like, "Oh, we're going to shave $2 million off your deal this year and pay you later," then yeah, I'm like him. No, give my money today. But if it's a deal where like I'm paying you the same amount of money, but we're just going to call it a signing bonus versus your base salary, I guess there's a disconnect there for me.
Right.
I feel you. What else do we have as far as pickups, releases?
We had Ty went back to the Colts on a 1-year deal after telling Baltimore, no, Baltimore, man.
I don't think that would have been a great addition anyway.
No, it wouldn't have been anyways. But I mean, we keep saying how Baltimore's got to get Lamar someone. They're trying, but no one wants to go there because they don't throw the ball enough.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true.
Like they just got to hit home runs in the draft because they whiffed on Juju.
Otto's in the chat. He's waiting. Where's it? We gonna talk about the Super Bowl Giants. They're coming.
Yeah.
But nah, T.Y. Hilton, I feel like he's older too, and I feel like even if he goes there, he does. I don't know. I don't feel like he fits the mold for what they need.
No. I think an underrated signing that happened was AJ Green going to the Cardinals. I think that happened before our last podcast. We didn't even talk about it.
Yeah,
but
they also signed Malcolm Butler as well.
Yeah, and they signed Malcolm Butler today. Another
I think that was after. It's after the pop.
I know Malcolm Butler just happened. Yeah, AJ Green might have been after too, but like those are two really underrated signings that could
he went
low
to the
risk, very high reward. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I mean, when you look at AJ Green, you already have Christian Kirk and DeAndre Hopkins. So if AJ Green comes back at 50%, that's a phenomenal pickup to have for Kyler Murray. And Malcolm Butler, I mean, we've talked about how the Cardinals need a little bit more help on defense now because they just spent a lot of money on J.J. Watt. Again, another low risk, high reward guy.
Yeah. I think I thought I didn't even know the Malcolm Butler part. I think it's a good pickup for them. They lose Pat Pete. Pat Pete goes to the Vikings.
Yep.
He goes to the Vikings. Oh man, Madden gonna be different.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Madden is gonna be very different. Pat Pete is on the Vikings. Like AJ Green is with D Hop, Larry Fitz,
Barkevious Mingo's in Atlanta. We made no moves.
We made no moves. He said that. He said that with such confidence and success.
No, but we did get Mike Davis though. I love that pickup.
Yeah, that's a good pickup for you guys. He's a workhorse. He can do everything. Pass pro. He can catch out the backfield, run through people, make people miss. He's a very good running back.
That's a perfect running back to pick if you know you're going to draft a running back in like the third round. So this way you let him be their secondary guy for a year and then let him pop the next year.
Yeah. What else? What else you got, Phil? What you got? I know you got some
Patriot signings.
Some Patriot signings. Go ahead. Go crazy.
Yeah.
he's talking about
They re-signed David Andrews, which I expected after they re-signed Ted Karras. I thought, David Andrews might be at the door because money constraints.
And then what is that? Your center?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, we signed a former center, so David Andrews might be at the door. So a couple days later, they re-signed him.
Mm-hmm.
They signed
James White.
And you see a lot of teams doing this. The Saints do this also. They go and draft or go and get centers and hybrid them at opposite guard positions.
Yep.
Like that's what the Saints got. They got 3 guys that are under 24, 25 that can swap and move around the line. So when Andrews Pete is playing like garbage, McCoy comes and takes a spot, and then another center comes in. That happens a lot in the Saints games because Andrews Pete is hot garbage.
You guys paid him a pretty penny last year too.
Got his money, right? You feel me? Like that contract right there could have kept everything fine.
Wait, but the thing that really kills me though is you guys paid him and let Wofford walk. Make that one make sense to me.
I don't know. I don't get it. But now we got Ruiz from Michigan too.
Yeah, I like Cesar Ruiz.
Yeah, he had a rough season last year. He got welcome to
the league. That was the welcome to the league year.
Yeah, but he started to pick it up and get more snaps. I always pay attention to the Saints line. Like it is so crucial. I'm like, all right, who's in? I see Pete in. I'm watching him the whole time. He gets cooked every time I watch, and it's so frustrating.
I watch the Falcons line closely too. Usually I'm squinting and going like this and feeling bad for Matt Ryan because poor guy ain't got no goddamn time back there. But hey,
we all can't have the Patriots O-line, right? They always got an offensive line.
The Colts.
What'd you say?
I think the Colts have one of the best O-line. They have a way better.
Oh no, I'm saying like forever. They always got at least 3 good linemen. Like the Colts had to literally watch their franchise player break his arms before they got O-line.
They had to retire Andrew Luck before they realized what they needed.
All right, Otto said,
don't worry, Otto. We were getting there.
We're getting there. Don't worry.
You guys are going to be the talk of the NFL, so that's why we're trying to cover everybody else first.
I'll go be a little biased here. Switch the topic to the Saints. Jameis Winston, another check mark in a positive way. He's really excited to be the quarterback. My man was on the brink of tears in his interview. That's a good sign that he looks like he's ready to play and be good in the NFL again. I'm optimistic. I know you guys aren't optimistic on Jameis quite yet.
No,
I'm slightly optimistic.
I like Jameis. I like Jameis. I think Jameis could do good things. I'm not optimistic that Sean Payton's going to do the right thing. That's where my thing comes in.
Nah, I don't. I do think Jameis Winston will start. I don't think they even extend him coming back. If they're not, if it was out of 100%, it's probably an 80% chance right now that Jameis Winston's gonna start. If it was lower than that, lower than 60 or 50, they're not gonna bring him back. They'll just rock with Taysom Hill. I don't think they believe in Taysom Hill. They probably feel like the playbook is really limited on what he can do. Because you got to think about the improv is nice, but when the game gets going and you need third and short, you need timing routes, out routes quick, he's probably going to double hitch. Jameis Winston's not. He's going to fire the ball where it has to be. I feel like that's the difference between the two. So
yeah, I think that Sean Payton realized that Taysom Hill is cute to have, but not as a starter. Yeah. Like, I'll throw him in there once in a while. Or like last year, even when everyone thought Jameis was going to start for Drew Brees, like, I'll throw him in there for like 3 games because no one's going to expect it. But like when everyone knows for a 16-game season, you're going with Taysom Hill,
Yep.
It's a very limited playbook, and we're going to beat you.
Yep, that is a fact. And they'll probably, to be honest, they'll load the box and say, "Beat us with your arm." Throw the deep passes if you want, and they're probably going to be inaccurate. So
because he has an arm. Like no one's going to have an arm, but the accuracy is terrible.
Accuracy of decision making, both those.
He's just a pure he's a pure football player. That's what it is. Like he's a player that you put at running back, but he played baseball.
Yeah, right. I was just gonna say he's the kid that tried out for the football team. That like the coach is like, "What do you play?" And he's like, "Football." Like, no, what do you play? And he's like, "Football." And like the coach just throws him out there. Right.
But yeah, he said he's like Jameis Winston more than Mariota. Yeah, I think that's true too. Like I felt like Mariota was. You can see Mariota now. He's still like. He had an opportunity like out of everybody in that class, like he had an opportunity to stay in Tennessee and just to be a franchise quarterback, and he completely dropped the ball. Like, I don't know.
I think
the team is different than it was when he was there, though.
No, right, but you got to think. I think that's more a testament to how good of a schemer Chip Kelly was, because when you look at it, like Chip Kelly had him looking filthy in college, and even when Chip Kelly goes to the NFL, Nick Foles had his best year of his career with Chip Kelly. Both those guys lose Chip Kelly, and they're just average players now. I mean, Mariota looked good. I mean, it was one game last year, but he's got guys asking for him to be a starter this year now. But I think he proved he needs to be in the perfect system to be a good quarterback.
That is very true.
I mean, Ryan Tannehill made the system work too, so it can't be that complicated of a system.
Man, let's get to these Giants, man.
Yeah.
I don't hope you're here, man. I kind of apologize.
I don't.
I don't know, man. Kenny, you can start. Who wants to start off with this?
I mean, listen. I'm not taking nothing away.
2021 Super Bowl champions, man.
Because listen, Kenny Galladay is an elite receiver that does not get his flowers that he deserves. So I'm gonna give you that. He is an elite receiver. Adoree Jackson is a solid cornerback. But before last week, Giants fans, if I told you Adoree Jackson was available, you would have said who? Now all of a sudden he's a shutdown corner, right? Oh, okay. And Kenny Galladay, again, elite receiver. But like 2 months ago, y'all were complaining that Daniel Jones didn't know how to throw a football. Now Daniel Jones is going to make Kenny Galladay and Kyle Rudolph have all-pro seasons. Oh, sorry, it just don't make sense to me. Like on paper, your team is worse than what the Browns team was on paper like 2 years ago when we crowned them champions, and we saw what happened to them. So, like, we really got to cool it with this whole, like, oh, NFC East champs, we're going to the Super Bowl. Like, no, you got better.
What do you see them? What do you see them finishing before I go?
I was just getting there. They were 6-10 last year.
I believe so.
So we're gonna say you might have got 2 wins better. I'll give you 8-8.
Yeah, I was thinking 8-8, 9-7. At least
that's world record for the NFC East.
Yeah, usually they'll.
That's the best you're gonna get. That's what they.
Oh, I don't. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking Giants fans in general. I've been seeing a lot of stuff going around about, oh, this is it. We here. This is our time. Like, your time. I don't know. It's not your
time.
You didn't add Tom Brady.
All right, so
I'm still taking the Washington football team though over them. Still,
the Washington football team is about to listen. They're going to step on that division until that young core is gone. And there's nothing they can do about it.
Samuel
I'm talking about the defense.
That's I know.
And I'm talking about the defense.
And listen, even if they draft a quarterback and they don't use him yet, like Ryan Fitzpatrick is a good enough stopgap quarterback to get that team to 10 wins.
Mm-hmm. Right. Huge. I mean, it's not a very huge upgrade, but it's still an upgrade from.
Let me ask you something. Do you see Washington going to get a quarterback
in the first round? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Ryan Fitz trying to win your.
Yo, listen. Imagine if they move up and go get Justin Fields.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like if they land or like Trey Lance, let them get Trey Lance. That'd be scary for that division.
Man, listen. All right, back to the Giants, man. Back to the Giants.
Yeah. Well, I just don't know if we're gonna see. I mean, obviously, Jackson, decent player. Galladay, probably one of the best receivers on the market. Also depends on the defense too.
I feel like me. All right, so I think the Giants. I picked them to win the division last year to actually make the playoffs. So there is some upside. I watched all the Giants fans cry week in and week out about Daniel Jones. You gotta give him time. He may not be great right now. You give him time. Let his contract play out. You'll be fine. But if you say you want another quarterback, be careful what you wish for because, as you can see, when people lose quarterbacks, it gets real critical for your team. When you don't have that Daniel Jones, like it's okay, he can make mistakes right now, but what year is he coming up to? 4?
Year 3.
Year 3. So like you guys have given him 30 games. We're gonna say because he didn't what?
No, not even because he didn't start all of the first year.
Right, exactly. So like that's not even 30 games, and you guys want a different quarterback. Like if you really like, you sit there and think about that. You give a guy 25 games, and you're like, we want a new quarterback, while the team around him is absolute garbage, and your best player tore his knee. It doesn't make any sense. Like rock with your quarterbacks, let it go.
Like
it could be worse.
Right, like my thing is Giants fans should be happy because now you're going to get a true evaluation of Daniel Jones because you have Kenny. Like that was the thing. Oh, he had no weapons around him. Okay, well Saquon's coming back, and now we got you a true number 1 receiver. So I would not jump to we're going to win the division yet, but I'd say yes, we're finally going to see what Daniel Jones is because if he can't perform with this, he's not your quarterback. But also, give him time.
Yeah, also, I mean they lost Kevin Zeitler in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's gonna be big too.
A lot worse than where it already is. So it could be for his life again.
And that's another thing too.
Chat right now. We got
my man my man Nigel just commented too.
It's good, Nigel. We got NBA coming in a little bit. We just wrapping up on the moves in the NFL. Your Cardinals made some quality moves. NFC West is getting way more scarier.
Lakers
out there. Yeah, Nigel came in. He said, "Lakers, NBA. Where the NBA talk at? Where's it at?" Nah, but breaking down the Giants' moves, if you really think about it, I was being harsh. Like I was being harsh because of what people were saying.
Right.
By the end of the day, when you look at it, they still have their team intact. The defense played really well, and they added to it. And then we obviously saw that they needed another running back or another receiver to help out Daniel Jones, and they got that. So now that all that's left is Kenny Golladay to play 16 games. And if they improve, then I'm like, all right.
Right. And that's I'm the same way as you. Like I think I came harsh because of how many Giant fan friends that we have and the stuff that they say. It's like, all right, calm down. Like you guys, like these are good moves, but you're making it sound like you just signed an all-pro team, and you didn't. You signed quality guys that are going to make your team better.
Yeah. And I like when people talk, like you said, Dory Jackson. I'm certain people did not know who that man was until he was signed, and they had to look him up.
Right.
But, so he's a good player. You get a punt returner and kick returner in that too.
Right. Like so, I like Adoree Jackson.
That's if he wants to play that. And Bradbury had a career year last year, which is huge. And then you still have McKinney that's really young, and he makes mistakes sometimes too. So
the only problem, the only problem I think that the Giants had is almost maybe the same problem the Patriots had. I think that they may have overpaid a little bit to get some of these guys. Like Adoree Jackson, over 3 years, $39 million. I'm not giving Adoree Jackson 3 years, $39 million.
Yeah. Well, what's the top dollar for a corner? Then you compare it.
No, I hear you, but you're giving Adoree Jackson close to top dollar corner money. I'm not.
Let's see.
Well, we got to see. Just it happens.
It is the NFC East, so we got to lower expectations a little bit down for them. So we got to see how they all finish. Who knows? Maybe they all can finish. They're all probably gonna finish up low or sub 500 again. We just got to wait and see.
I just feel right now the NFC East is the football team and then everybody else.
Who knows how that?
That's why I don't know what the Cowboys, because every year we say the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, and every year the Cowboys finish 8-8. So I can't give them credit anymore. The Eagles, who knows what the quarterback position is going to look like, and the Giants I think the Giants finished around 8-8.
Okay, so Adoree Jackson, he's right below. He's what about 10th maybe? Is Jalen Ramsey, Marlon Humphrey, Tre'Davious White, Darius Slay, Byron Jones, Xavier Howard, James Bradbury, Trey Waynes. Trey Waynes is making $14 million a year.
No comment.
And Marcus Peters, Will Jackson, and then Shaquille Griffin, and then it's Adoree Jackson at 13.
All right. I guess that's not
that's the ballpark.
terrible.
And then Gilmore, he would have been making more, but he restructure his.
I think they're working on a contract with him.
Yeah, his might be in the bonus, not in the salary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the Eagles, they signed another quarterback.
Oh, who they signed?
Mr.
Joe Flacco.
Oh, I like that. I feel like I think I saw that too. And some people were like he could press for the job or.
That's a stretch, but the only thing I don't like about signing Joe Flacco, you have to run two different offenses with your quarterbacks.
Yep.
Like if Jalen Hurts goes down, like yes, Joe Flacco's capable, but you just took out half of your playbook because half of the threat of Jalen Hurts is that he can do things, he can make plays with his legs.
Exactly, 100%, 100%.
Your backup should be a poor man's version of your starter. Like for example, like Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, when he goes down, they go to RG3. Is RG3 Lamar Jackson? Absolutely not. But can you run the same playbook with him?
All their quarterbacks are the same. Trace McSorley.
Yeah, Trace McSorley. And then even the fourth string guy that they called up last year for the playoff game.
Yep. Nigel said the Cardinals just need to establish some better play call and let Kyler Murray rock out. Yeah, he needs what's the name needs to stop calling Madden plays. That's what he needs to stop doing.
Yeah, I was just say Cliff Kingsbury goes to Madden, scrolls over to the air raid offense, and then prints it out, and then says, "Okay, Kyler, this is what we're running today."
Just find D-Hop. Be good.
What else? Any other major signings
for NFL that we haven't covered?
Yeah.
Carlos Dunlap just re-signed with the Seahawks.
Carlos Dunlap?
Yeah, he just re-signed with the Seahawks.
Why did I think you just said Carlos Dansby? I was about to say, how is he still in the league at 45? That's a good signing though. Dunlap he's been good for a long time in the league.
Jadeveon Clowney's still unsigned. He had a visit with the Browns.
He's overrated.
He wants too much money. That's why he waited. That's why it took him so long to get signed last year too. He keeps thinking like he's gonna wait it out and take these 1-year deals and then pop and get a lot of money. It's not happening, bro. Like you made a career off of one hit in college. Good for you. Now let's come on. What is what it is. Like there's nothing wrong with that. You made a lot of money off of that hit. Yeah. Like just take a deal for a couple of years now and ride off into the sunset. That's what we didn't talk about. Bud Dupree went to Tennessee.
Bud Dupree to Tennessee. That is a quality move by them. Now they have a legitimate pass rusher. Legitimate. Yes. It depends on how he comes off an injury.
Right.
Torn knee is like twisted ankle now. They all come back and they're all superhumans after tearing their knee usually. So I don't know. Bud, it's crazy to watch him like because he hit a brick wall for a little bit. For about 2 or 3 years, and then they had brought in a whole bunch of people for the Steelers, and then now he's here. And
what happened was
perfect example of why you wait on the development of the player.
That's why they put rookie deals in place because you're not paying a lot of money anyways. So you let them develop for their 4 to 5 years, and then you ride them on their way. But yeah, Bud Dupree, when he hit Matt Moore in that playoff game, he took off. I thought he ended his life.
But Otto said he's supposed to meet with the Giants if I'm not mistaken.
Clowney.
Clowney. Hey man, listen. If y'all go and sign him, he might go out and show out for y'all. But like,
Clowney's got to be on a team. Yeah, he's got to be on a team where they have a lot of people around. Like he can't be the premier guy. He proved that.
He's not Von Miller.
Right. Did Von go back to, or him in Denver? Did he go back? Did they pick up his option?
No, I think he said he was fooling around about retirement, and then I think he signed.
Yeah, I think they picked up the option.
That's how you know you're really that's how you know you're that good when you get season ending, and then they still sign you. Insane, bro. Insane. What y'all want to go to next? Because Otto's waiting for this NBA. He's
Yeah, let's hit him with we can go trade deadline news. I know
trade
Phil's over there
deadline.
waiting too.
Doo-doo-doo. Yo, listen, for everybody that's tuning in right now, welcome to IBTE Sports Podcast. Got my boy Phil and Kenny with me. We're just wrapping up NFL offseason talk, going and transition into NBA trade deadline. That just was it today at 5:00, 6:00,
3:00.
3:00. Okay, all right, man. Phil, let's unpack it. You can voice your frustrations first. It's okay. Yeah. We support bias on this show.
We always do. So, what I saw Otto in the chat mention, Evan Fournier got traded to the Celtics for 2 second-round picks. I mean, I'm not mad at it. It's just, something I wasn't expecting. I know we were targeting him, but Boston really needs a big man at the moment, and they also need scoring. But I prioritize the big man over Evan Fournier. But I mean, hey, it's better than nothing, right? I mean, Danny Ainge I don't know what he was doing the last.
He did Danny Ainge things.
But,
I feel like Boston has always been missing a center. Like since I feel like what KG.
Horford was
KG
decent.
was like a power forward, but he still gave you the center like element.
I mean, Perkins was there at that time too.
Yeah, Perkins too.
Basically, what this tells me about Boston is they're basically waiting for the offseason because with the team they have now, even with Fournier, they're not contending for a championship this year.
Too much on Tatum. Tatum one of my favorite too. I like him.
Yeah, I mean,
Danny Ainge just kind of showed again today. He values assets more than winning. It's just he has all these assets in the world, and all he has to show for it right now is Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and a couple of Eastern Conference Finals appearances.
Was he the one that put the KG team together?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, and then he hoarded all. Yeah, and then he hoarded all them assets and has nothing to show for it.
Damn.
Because every time someone asks him to trade for the assets, he don't want to give them up. So what is the point of having them if you don't do nothing with them? That's the only thing that blows my mind.
Bunch of swing and misses on those assets. I mean, it's pretty much if you don't do anything this offseason.
He said Nigel's stupid. They got nobody.
Nigel, they ain't got Daniel Tice no more. They traded him for Mo Wagner today.
He got sent to Chicago. It was a 3-team trade. The Celtics, Bulls, and Wizards. Basically, the Tice got sent to Chicago, and then Celtics got Mo Wagner. So they don't even have that.
It makes you think. What are these like? The front offices like? What's their thought process? Because at this point, as a fan, you should be like, all right, they're not trying to win. Do they not see what's in Brooklyn? Do they not see what's in LA? Do they? It shows
you just how much of a business sports really are, because they look at it like I really think they look at it and say, if X player isn't going to make me beat this team to go to championship, I'm not going to put myself in the luxury tax and pay all this money. So we'll just sit it out for the next 3 years and then we'll try. I really believe that that's where teams are at this point. Like if they truly, and it's sad, like, because you don't know unless you make the trade. But I think a lot of teams are afraid to pull the trigger because they don't want to go into the luxury tax when they say we're not going to win anyways.
I mean, basically, the Celtics were in line. They were rumored to get Aaron Gordon, rumored to get John Collins, rumored to get Nikola Vucevic, and all those players.
Just like they were rumored to get AD before. They were rumored. The Celtics are always rumored to get everybody. Okay,
wait.
They never get nobody. So I'm done with the rumors. Anytime you hear any rumor,
who's the rumor
with the
from?
Celtics,
is it from Danny himself? Because it's got to be at this point. He's got to have his own paper and then puts the rumors out himself.
He got the KD burner account, I'm guessing.
Probably he has to.
And then, I guarantee you, the next week. We're going to hear all these reports about just how close the Celtics were to pulling off a heist to get Andre Drummond, to get LaMarcus Aldridge.
Did you say that?
They were this close.
You say that 3 episodes ago? I think you said that exact thing.
Because that's what we're going to hear. They don't do nothing, but in a couple weeks, we'll hear how close they were to doing it, though. And then everyone will say how good of a GM Danny Ainge is.
They're already saying they were this close from getting Aaron Gordon because I think
maybe
what does he do for your team? He's literally he's a Tatum, but he can't shoot. He can only dunk.
Aaron Gordon can't.
They're like the same size, but he just can't do anything that Tatum can do.
He's having the best 3-point shooting percent shot of his career so far. Like,
what is he at?
I think he's at like, I don't know.
He reminds me of Blake Griffin. Am I wrong by saying that?
Early in his career, they were comparable, like their early years,
Okay.
yes. But now both of them have developed more of a game because they realize the NBA is not made for guys that can just jump. And both of them have experienced the injuries of this is what happens when I do nothing but jump all day.
Yep. Okay.
He's shooting a lot better this season.
He definitely is doing better.
Yeah.
But I love that move of him going to Denver, though. I don't think it makes Denver a West contender, but I think that it's a very good move. And I think if
Otto said he said one of his favorite moves was Powell to the Blazers. Gives him a better defensive player.
That makes you feel right there that LaMarcus Aldridge is not going to get signed there now that he got bought out.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. If you just brought in Powell,
we got Julius in the building, visionary vending.
Hey.
What's up, brother?
Julius, you are not contenders.
We're contenders. Yeah, let's get this. Listen. Hold on. Yo, if y'all in here right now, please share it to a friend. Sharing your Facebook page, Snapchat. We really appreciate any support. Shout out to Visionary Vending. Shout out to Hooper's Rehab in the chat. Shout out to Otto. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in with us. Brandon, I know you watching right now. You don't comment that much, but I know you in here. Make sure y'all share to a friend. Go ahead, Kenny.
Here's the thing with Denver picking up Aaron Gordon. It's a good pickup, but you had a better version of Aaron Gordon last year. Like if you just kept Jeremy Grant, you had a better version of that. So I don't understand like why all of a sudden now we got Aaron Gordon and we're getting him. It don't make sense to me. And when Bron and AD get healthy, the West is locked down again. So I'm really confused on why anyone thinks that Denver's gonna win. What? Well, Bron is gonna come back. We know Bron's coming back.
Grant wanted a bigger role. Yeah, he deserved a bigger role.
Yeah, right. He deserved. Right, but my point is, Julius, if Grant is on your team now, you're a better team today than you are with Aaron Gordon. Is my point.
I think they are contenders though, because look at the West; it's completely wide open right now. The Jazz you can never trust in the playoffs. The Lakers are weak as hell right now.
Bro, we gotta stop doing this. It's Bron versus the East.
That's what I'm saying.
It's Bron versus the East. Like I don't know why we do this. When he's healthy, he's in there. He's in there
at the moment.
Right, but listen, when Bron comes back for the playoff run, even with that team that he had, the team around him now is better than that trash team that he even took his last time in Cleveland when he had J.R. Smith.
And he's banged up right now too, right? He's hurt.
Yep. Yeah, Bron's out for 4 to 6 weeks right now.
Okay.
Which, in a way, could be a blessing in disguise. It's a month and a half off after having the shortest off season of his career. So he's gonna come back, and the buyout season's not over yet. I really do think that the Lakers end up with either Drummond or LaMarcus Aldridge, and that's going to help them. So even if AD comes back as 100% AD, I'm sorry, I'm not.
He said if AD isn't healthy, it's a done deal.
Right, I believe so too. Because that's training.
Yo, listen, I don't know, man. I have to physically see AD be out and Bron go out bad. I'm going to put a matter of fact. I gotta put a bet that the Lakers win right now because
I know because the odds are probably down. Now it's
now's the time to do it. AD is out. Like they're talking about the roster garbage. How they gonna win? Like, and I want some of the Clipper fans to get in here too. Like, because are they that good? Do you feel like the Clippers are good?
No, they're a top 5 team in the West, but.
All right, you say in the league. That's all I need to hear. All I need to hear, bro. Yeah, bro. Listen, that's what I'm talking about. The Nets are the only competition, and the Nets can't even field the fucking team. The one of them goes on a wilderness trial fucking run. The other one is in the strip club. KD he's always hurt. Like. Consistency is not there, bro, and they just got beat by 40-something with none of the players were there, but like, Jesus. He said the Clippers are that good now. The pickup was great.
Listen, I love the Rondo pickup, but I just need a Clippers fan to tell me it's a good pickup because all I heard last year when Laker fans say, "Oh, we got Rondo," oh, he's washed up. He ain't good. He ain't good.
Nigel stupid. He said, "I'm going to the casino tomorrow." The stimmy he said.
But I'm sure Nigel can vouch for this. Last year when Laker fans would say, like, "Oh, we got Rondo now," it was, "Oh, Rondo, he ain't good. He washed up." Now today, Rondo gets there. Rondo put us over the hump. But Rondo is a good player. But all of a sudden, Rondo puts you over the hump. When last year Rondo was nothing, right? I mean, come on now, like that. But that shows you Clipper fans, like.
Listen, I used to dislike Braun, right? I used to dislike Braun, and then I just realized like he just dominates when it matters. He's there and he's unstoppable.
Right.
There's been nobody has stopped him. What we'll give the Mavs finals where they say it's the meltdown, blah blah blah.
In the Spurs dynasty.
So like,
right, but even that's tough to say that stopped. You know, like that was a great team. You know.
Yeah. And
like the Mavs, he just flat out lost.
Was he 20? He was 20, 23, 24 at that point.
Well, no, but he lost again to the Spurs in Miami.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
The Kawhi coming out party.
That team was well coached and everything too.
But that team had young Kawhi, Tim Duncan, Manu, Tony Parker, Boris Diaw was going off. Danny Green had a series. Like, I mean, that's not actually he lost the scrubs.
How you supposed to have a first year coach that never been to the finals as a player? How he Nash don't know what's going on.
And the thing is, the guys on that team need a leader. Like it's not like a team like with LeBron where LeBron could like step in and be that for like KD needs a leader, Kyrie needs a leader, and Harden needs a leader.
KD my favorite player for sure though.
Yeah. But like Nash is not the adult in the room. Like when they talk, there's no adult in the room.
Yeah. Plus with and you also got to remember who his assistant coach is, D'Antoni. Whenever there's a D'Antoni-led offense, you know what their weakness is going to be. Just defense, and that defense matters.
He said, "Otto." Right now, what you said earlier? What'd you say? I owe Phil a jersey. I gotta buy this jersey for Phil. I actually TikTok. What do you say?
He said he's calling Blazers versus 76ers in the finals.
No, he said something early on. He said something about a jersey. He might.
Oh, jersey for jersey. If Lakers don't win,
man, listen. What you trying to get into, man? I'll buy a Daniel Jones jersey if the Lakers don't win.
Clip that.
Clip it. If you can run it back on this playback for this video.
If they don't win the finals or don't win the West.
What? Oh, is he? No, I think he's talking about all together.
Oh no, I'm asking you. Yeah, I was asking what you meant.
Oh, I'm talking about Braun. Listen, bro, it's Braun versus the East. Why are we even having this discussion until he retires? Until he shows different when he's fully healthy and loses and doesn't make it to the finals, I'll be like, all right, it's time to pack it up. The only time he didn't make it, what when he first got to the Lakers, he missed the first season.
He wasn't healthy.
So that
doesn't count.
So any other time,
because when he was healthy, they were fourth in the West.
Exactly. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, when you talk about somebody that really rallies the team, it don't matter who's with him. He just has everybody on the same page and just like dominates. Like
he turns dudes into all-stars, like guys that nobody wants.
Bro,
last year's Lakers team was real. They were really misfit to it. Bro. No one wanted Dwight no more.
No one wanted Rondo. A sweepstakes for the Lakers team, and people talking about Dwight was garbage.
You're right. No one wanted any of those guys. JaVale McGee was a human highlight reel on Shaq and the Fool. And these guys, Deion Waiters, I mean, come on.
JR.
Like, JR, these guys were all nuts.
He said if they win, he'll buy a Jameis Winston jersey. All right, that's a bet.
Wait, Otto, just so you know, that jersey, you're going to have to wait for another 5 years.
You see the fine print. I got it, bro. Listen, I was, where was I at? I was in the mall, and I saw Patriots jersey. I'm like, I should get that. Then I saw something else, and then I forgot. I gotta get it. Like I will listen. Tom Brady jersey in my collection. I'll take it. Shit. Patriots one.
It all depends on
maybe run into him one day, get it signed. Shit.
Oh yeah. I also want to just to add the note. I think we got most of the trades, but I just want to talk about Nikola Vucevic to the Chicago Bulls. Pairing up with Zach LaVine. That's a really good move by the Bulls, getting Zach LaVine a decent running mate.
And what are they at in the East right now? Let me see.
Because I know the trade was Vucevic and
they're 10th in the East.
Was Al-Farouq Amino and Vucevic for Otto Porter, Wendell Carter Jr., and a second rounder?
No, I think it's
two first rounders.
Two first rounders, yeah.
I know it was some with a 2.
Yeah, they're 19 and 24. They're not too far out from.
They got to keep being in as well. That's a sneaky good deal for Chicago.
Yeah, like it'll get them into the playoffs this year, but that's about it.
So they're from being in the playoffs because it's 8 seeds, right?
Yep.
But this year they have that play-in tournament where as long as you're one of the top 10 seeds and within X amount of games, you play in the play-in tournament.
Okay.
3 or 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're right there. Like they're 4 games from 4th. The Hornets are 4th right now.
Yeah, I feel like it's very impossible for them to not at least be part of that play-in tournament at the end of the year.
They're it's really close. Pretty much everybody's close. Like if somebody goes on a run, and that's what basketball is anyway.
Hornets, good segue because poor LaMelo Ball.
Ooh. Still win. I feel like. Do you feel like he still wins the Rookie of the Year?
I think Anthony Edwards might pull away now because he has all season to play.
To me, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, or James Wiseman. Now that LaMelo's gone, one of those 3 are bound to win it now.
Yeah.
Because I think Halliburton had a better overall season than Anthony Edwards because Anthony Edwards struggled with shooting consistencies in the first. Now he's finally showing up, so I think it's Halliburton's race to lose at the moment.
But what wrist was it?
Right wrist.
Ooh, pack it up.
But Phil, you know how it goes with voting though. Anthony Edwards is the number 1 pick, and he's getting hot now, and everyone's gonna forget what happened in the first half of the season because that was LaMelo Ball's half anyways. Yeah. Pretty much, whoever plays best from now to the end of the year is who I think is gonna get MVP. Everyone's gonna kind of forget what happened in the beginning. It's not right, but you know how it goes.
Do the Timberwolves have a chance to get in?
They're like the worst team in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, yeah, because the Rockets.
Yeah, they're the worst. They're 10.
Yeah, the Rockets lost 20 straight games and still had a better record than the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Imagine watching a team lose 20 straight games and then looking at the standing and saying, "Damn, we're still worse than them."
Right.
And also,
okay, it's coming back for Portland this Friday, and they got CJ back too. Yeah. Welcome back, CJ. It's been nice. I've been getting killed in fantasy because all my top players are hurt.
I got a bye week this week, so I'm happy. We're all good. We're chilling this week.
Lucky you.
Bye week. Who are you playing, Lewis?
Denville, I believe.
Oh, bye week.
WLR.
Bye week. He picked Trae Young, and I would never do that. And I didn't even know what was going on in the draft.
Oh yeah, that's the one we didn't cover. Oladipo.
Yeah, to the Heat.
Him and Butler.
Good for Oladipo finally being somewhere that wants him. Poor guy.
Right.
He can't catch a break. Like, I mean, everywhere he goes, they try to dump him. So I really hope that this one works out.
Does he start?
He did.
I would imagine, yeah.
He should, I believe so. I mean, him and Butler locking everything up front, and you got Bam closing the paint. That's a dangerous trio to have in Miami. Plus, they got.
Yeah, bro, that's a lot of running.
Right, and that you got Tyler Hero and then Duncan Robinson.
Lakers Heat part 2. Hold on.
Because this team has a chance against the Nets. To be honest.
Yeah, because they have the piece. Because you have Bam for the big. Because that's the Nets' weakness also too is they don't have a big man. So you have Bam right there, and then if you can get hot shooting with Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, okay. Visionary Benton, don't play.
Oh man, appreciate y'all for tuning into the podcast tonight, man. We really appreciate y'all.
My man Bobby Long in the building. Bobby Long, tell them when Bron comes back, it's Bron in 6. I mean, I'm saying Bron in 5, but I'll be generous. I'll say Bron in 6. Let them know.
So who do you think he's going to face in the finals?
I still think it's Brooklyn. I think they can sleepwalk there.
I think.
He said, "Of course."
I still don't trust the Bucks, to be honest.
No, that's my thing. Like I don't trust the Bucks. I don't trust the Sixers. So
Embiid is banged up now too, right?
Yeah, so it's like I got to give it to the Nets.
I think the Heat will sneak by again.
That's I was gonna say, like, realistically now Oladipo, I could see it being Brooklyn and Miami in the conference finals.
Yeah,
He said, "Yeah, I'm that gay too." Hold on, guidelines. Now, everybody in the chat, who you guys think is gonna make the finals, and who's gonna win in how many games? I definitely want to see what everybody's got to say about that. Cause
Julius says Philly and LA or Philly and Denver. I mean, those are two quality picks. I'll give him that.
It all depends on Embiid, to be honest. That team falls on him, and that team rises with him.
Trust the process. It's finally here, I guess.
That's
almost. You said MVP?
Yep, that's right. He's an MVP candidate, and you guys not going far in the playoffs without him.
That's very true. He hoops though. You can do it. He can do everything.
Otto said if he's being serious, Nets versus Blazers, and he got the Blazers in 7.
Hot take. Yo, Dame time, man. Definitely one of my favorite players too.
Yeah, that's a fact. They'll probably do the whole bubble platform again. So who knows who might become hot in the bubble? To be honest,
that's definitely my favorite 3 right now. Dame Lillard, KD, and then Tatum. Those are my 3 favorite to watch.
Also, bubble hero TJ Warren is out for the year officially. They just said it's not worth the rest of you coming back, so they just shut him down for the rest of the season.
He's on the Pacers, right?
Yep. Completely shut down.
Yo, the chat is fun tonight. Y'all making me laugh in the chat tonight.
he retweeting on YouTube. Oh man, my son quote tweeted though.
Norman Powell on the Blazers. They needed another score.
He said Blazers. That boy on one. Oh man, this is crazy.
I do like the pieces the Blazers added. Like they got Norman Powell or Norman Powell. Yeah, I said Dwight Powell. I was completely on drugs earlier when I said that. But Norman Powell, yes, they brought him in. That's big.
Plus, Nurkic comes back the next game or the game after that, so it's gonna be a good team when healthy.
Yeah, they're 25-18 right now. They're sitting at the 6th seed, and then they're like, everybody's pretty close right now. They're within 6 games of first, or 7 games. So, basketball is a game of runs, man. Get on a winning streak. Find your way up the standings.
Oh, JJ Redick. That was another. He moved to the Mavs today. That was another one.
Yep. Yeah, he said this boy on drugs. The Blazers, not the Blazers.
Yeah. Also, yeah, JaVale McGee to the Nuggets as well. He got a good backup for Nikola. So
what's going on with Andre?
He got bought out.
By who?
No, just Cleveland bought him out so he can go wherever he wants.
Oh, okay. So now he probably on FaceTime with Braun and AD right now. Like, you know what? Come on, man. Why would you go anywhere else?
Braun, Jason Tatum. You know, one of all those guys.
Nah, they're not going to Boston, bro.
No. That's their last hope is that they get a big in the buyout market. I'm still puzzled on how you needed a big, so you trade your starting big.
Hello, there we go. Braun versus the Nets. Braun in 6. It's gonna be more like AD. We're gonna watch him facilitate and watch AD kill.
Let me get my false hopes up at least. Let me have some positivity.
He said stop it with Boston. I don't know, man. You're never gonna get anything's possible ever again, bro. I don't know.
I think the Heat added Oladipo. If the Heat add LaMarcus Aldridge as well, they're definitely giving the Nets a run for the money. To be honest,
Otto is stupid. So change your name to Team Braun. Facts, Team Braun out here.
Listen, there's too many Braun haters out here.
Let's get, bro. While we in here, who better? I hate doing the comparisons. Who's better, Braun or KD?
Braun
or KD, man, in the chat.
Braun.
What's going on
now, or career wise?
Bro,
career wise, there's no debate.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, KD. Listen, KD, my favorite, man. Like my favorite player for sure. Top 3 all time.
Technically,
Everybody say Bron.
Yeah.
And
he could do so much. Like, I mean, obviously, like, KD can't too. KD is great, but Bron makes everybody around him phenomenal.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Like, and that's a part that people need to give him more credit for. Like, okay, KD is a better scorer. He could do more things scoring wise. Great, but put Bron on anybody's team that's a playoff team.
Championship team, probably.
Right. Put Bron in Minnesota.
If he gets somebody to be able to make shots, then he'll be fine.
Put Bron in Minnesota, and I guarantee you they're in the playoffs this year.
All right, I got another one for y'all. Since I'm going down this road today. I hate doing comparisons, but I saw somebody. My favorite player of all time was disrespected. I don't know if it was Paul Pierce. What? Paul Pierce was the truth, though. He's the truth.
Except for
my favorite player of all time, Dwayne Wade. I saw this on all weekend. Saying James Harden
I saw that
or
too.
D Wade. What is the facts, Kenny? What is the facts?
This one is actually really tough for me, to be honest with you, because
what's the facts?
Because here's D Wade is a proven winner. Like, I'm gonna give him that. Like he wins. He does what he's supposed to do. But James Harden just does so much. And James Harden is another guy that makes people around him better too. Like, those Houston teams weren't always the best. And he hasn't won yet, so it makes it tough. But I think I got to go with James. That boy just scores like I've never seen before.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to go the other. I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with you, Kenny.
It's tough.
Wade.
Listen, the way he's one of the best defensive guards, shooting guards in the NBA. I mean, because look at his block records.
No, you're not wrong. Like, that's why it's so tough for me.
Great jump shot, all that. Plus one of the best finishers of all time.
Oh, he said, "Where's the fourth?" Neil had a prior engagement he does on recording, and today took a little bit longer than expected. So it's just us three right now. He should be back next week, or if we keep going here, he might join too. So never know. We might be able to see him.
I can't pick against Dwayne Wade after everything I've seen he's done.
I don't know. Like that, I think that's a tough one. What's the chat thing? D Wade or James Harden? So my thing is, go ahead. My fault.
No, it's one. Like, what do you give more weight to the winning, or do you give more weight to?
Oh, I'm not even going to talk about the 2006.
It's because that's
put the team on the back.
That's what it comes down to. I feel like.
Oh, skill wise, I'm still going with Wade.
I feel like from start to now, James Harden is like unbelievable.
Yeah, because
like as soon as he got in, as soon as the first minute he checked into the Thunder game, he was a microwave instantly scoring. He's a scoring machine. D Wade it took him about 2-3 years to really get started, or.
I mean, he got up to a high star. He won the championship in his third year.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. But I'm saying, like, I don't know the offensive stuff. But then you also got the defensive stuff with D Wade that was great.
That man's master.
Like, it's tough.
I feel like no matter what one you pick, you really can't be wrong.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're not disrespectful about it and they're like, oh, that one's way, like, it's really splitting hairs. It's almost personal preference.
Yeah, because I think I saw the same post. It was like, you better watch out for James Harden because he's already making a statement that he could be better than AI, and Wade's up next. I think that's where we got the post from, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
There's a debate about Harden versus AI, and now they're trying to switch the debate from Harden passing AI and Wade being up next. So it's a bunch of comparison.
Yeah, James Harden is special, man. He's special. Like, it's tough. Like, when you really match up what they do, Wade wasn't that crazy of a 3-point shooter or anything like that. He was more of a, like, once he gets a dunk or a layup, good luck trying to stop him. But James Harden will shoot from half court, and he will keep shooting for the entire game.
Plus the Euro stuff, and he could draw a foul anywhere he wants.
Yeah. And I hate being the guy that says about eras, but it really does make, like, their eras were a little different. Where, like, D Wade's era didn't ask him to be a 3-point shooter, so you also can't use that against him. Mm-hmm. Like, because we don't know if D Wade came to the league now, I would bet money that D Wade would have developed a jump shot and said, I got to work on this, because that was the kind of player D Wade was.
Yeah.
But like obviously Harden's a better shooter, but Harden's playing in an era where if you can't shoot the ball, you're not gonna have a job.
That is very true. I definitely agree with that.
But I do hate comparing eras like that because you can only deal with the time we were playing.
I was gonna say, yeah, it is much different. It is much different. D Wade was unbelievable. Watching him like destroy the whole playoffs like that.
Him
just putting the team on his back.
Otto, Luka, or Tatum. Let Phil go first.
Woo!
Let Phil go first.
I know because we mentioned like maybe like 20 minutes ago that there's no bias on this
podcast. Oh, he said Luka overrated.
Who said Luka's overrated?
Ooh.
Bobby Long.
To be honest, I am a Celtics fan, but I do like Luka over Tatum, to be honest. Because Tatum's more of a go-to scorer, and Luka he does everything. He can facilitate, he can score. This man is literally he's getting a lot of triple doubles, just like Westbrook a couple years ago. So he has the opportunity to pass him. He does everything for that Mavericks team. If he had a way better team, if he had the team that like Tatum had a couple years ago, who knows where he'd be at?
The Clipper killer. That's what we calling him from here on out. Because he put 40 on their head every time he played.
A week ago, the one where he faked the shot and then passed it back.
Yeah, Luka is just different. Like I like Luka.
I mean, it looks like he's moving at slow motion on the court, but he makes it work because he may be like slow moving on the court, but that man could get a bucket anytime he wants to.
It's like that old man at the Y. Like you're looking like, man, I'm gonna cook him. And he get out there, he embarrasses him.
Arby Long said he overrated.
Oh, he's not.
Well, I mean, no, a top 5 is that he's not top 5. I'm not giving him that.
No.
I mean, in the future, yeah, he can be a top 5 player in the league, but not right now.
Like he's getting a lot of L's. Who's on his team?
Really?
Porzingis is always hurt.
Right. We talked about it earlier. Unless you're LeBron James, you don't have a team around you. It makes a difference.
Right. Maybe probably when LeBron and some of the older stars are out, I think players like Luka and Tatum will probably run this league. So the league's in good hands. Luka will definitely be a top 5 player definitely down the road.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Once the big dogs get out, Moran, KD,
Kawhi.
And Kawhi, once they dwindle down in their years.
But Kawhi better learn how to stay healthy and play more than half the season before I put him back in my top 5.
Yeah, he's out right now.
Kawhi.
I was supposed to play him for fantasy this week, but load management.
I don't think I would ever draft Kawhi in fantasy because he don't play.
In my ESPN league, I managed to get LeBron and Kawhi on the same team. So,
right, something like that maybe, but like I'm not taking Kawhi in like the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, I drafted Kawhi like 4th or 5th maybe in that league. So. It's a bunch of we got to see how the season plays out. I mean, now that the trade deadline dust settles, and once this buyout market settles, we're going to see like who's going to really want to make to the playoffs and the whole bubble situation.
Yeah,
are they going to go to Florida again? You believe, or maybe a different location?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
Are they doing a bubble for the playoffs? Because I know the players.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so.
Because I know the players were very anti-bubble. I don't know if they're going to do it.
I don't think they're ever going to do that again.
It worked. I mean, for COVID-wise, it worked amazing.
You had people breaking down and not wanting to play no more. Being on one, that shit probably felt like prison.
I can't imagine that. Like they were there from when the teams that won were there from June to October.
Yeah, they got.
Or was it November?
About the food the first day they got there.
They gave them cheese sandwiches.
They hired a new chef on the
grown ass men. They give them a piece of bread and cheese.
I was in football. Like I was in 2 days at college. We stayed in the dorms my last season, bro. That was the worst thing ever. I could only imagine being in the same place, seeing the same people. I would have probably slapped Pat Bev when he's eating his food. Bow, shut up for the game last night.
Them teams probably lost and like were so happy to get back on the plane. They probably were never so happy to take a loss in their life.
That shit is crazy. Man, let's get right to it. March Madness. March Madness is still going on. The madness has arrived. One of, well, two of the guests, well, two of the co-hosts on the show rock with Syracuse. Kenny rocks with Syracuse to the death. Bleeds orange. Kenny, you can start it off, man, since you
This was
got your
the
t-shirt
wildest.
on. You bought the t-shirt already?
Oh, absolutely, bro.
I just noticed it said 2021. I thought it was the
Absolutely,
old
bro.
one.
Nah, 2021. We went straight to the Syracuse bookstore online and got that thing next day delivered.
He has a connect.
Expeditiously.
You gotta call.
Man, please, you kidding me? You go to the bookstore, it asks what's your relationship to Syracuse University, alum, fill in your all information, put your SUID in, next day delivery.
I mean, did we want to do a bracket challenge update before we went to the Qs? Talking about Qs?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
So, the IBTE Sports Challenge currently has Owen, Neil's buddy from Bowling, is in first place with 420 points, but his champion is Iowa. So I would imagine after this weekend, we're going to see that not be a thing anymore. Second place, we have one in Neil's bracket at 390 points. Third place, we have Lawrence with 370 points. Fourth place is a tie with Nigel, Phil, myself, and Neil's other bracket at 360 points. Eighth place, we have Lawrence's other bracket with 350 points, but that has North Carolina winning it all, so that bracket can go in the garbage.
Yeah, garbage. They got smoked.
Ninth place, we have my boy Billy Hughes with 340 points. 10th place, we have my second bracket.
Hey, what's he been up to? I haven't
Billy
heard
Hughes.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
That's my man. Billy doing this thing. He a physicist out in Rochester.
Didn't he like the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, that's his team.
He used to always talk about that. Always.
10th place is my second bracket with 330 points. I have Syracuse winning in that one though, so if they go on a run, that one's probably going to win the bracket. 10th place, my boy Matt Hicks. 12th place, we have Phil's second bracket, along with my old roommate from college, Zach, and Billy's second bracket. Right, and then
who'd you have winning that?
He has Gonzaga winning it, but he must have had a lot of upsets.
Oh,
15th place, my boy Steve Lindig with 310 points. And in last place, we have Mark Mitchell with 290 points.
Jeez. All right, Otto, you have a good night at work, bro. Appreciate you for supporting us.
I'm just upset Kansas lost.
Bobby Long, it has not been a long time. Syracuse was just in the Final Four in 2016, and we were just in the Elite Eight. Not last tournament, but the tournament, or the Sweet 16, not last tournament, but the tournament before. So you can keep all that nonsense for someone else.
Good basketball. That's what he said. Stop playing. But shout out to Jalen Hawkins, man. 3-on-5 native. I got the opportunity to show out in the playing game last week. We're actually watching it live. We kind of got sidetracked. All started turning the game on because he was going crazy. And he went on to play Gonzaga, and Gonzaga is obviously a powerhouse.
They're going to do that to everybody.
So,
but
probably a great experience being there, though.
100%. Like, the team's only going to get better next year, so hopefully we'll see him there next year too.
Report mentioned him by name, so it's even better.
What'd you say?
Richard Report even mentioned that man by name, so that's even better.
Oh yeah, he's from the Bronx, right? Yeah, CBS. Come on, son. Why do you say my man's from the Bronx?
I think that was because of where he had transferred before.
But even Robert Morris wasn't in the Bronx, and the Odessa school wasn't. So I don't know what happened, but it must have. Regardless, we know where he's from.
Yeah.
But this tournament, this first weekend was wild. Like, it was anything that could go crazy went crazy. Like Oral Roberts not only upset Ohio State, who a lot of people thought could get to the final, but they then beat Florida and are now in the Sweet 16. Insane. Oregon State, who shouldn't even got in the tournament, but they won their conference and stole a bid, and now they're in the Sweet 16. Wild. You got, Loyola Chicago, to me,
with Seth Green at power forward.
But Loyola Chicago, to me, they got cheated because they should have been a 4 seed in the tournament. They were ranked number 17 in the country going into this, and somehow only got an 8 seed. So it's kind of crazy, and that really screwed Illinois as well. But Loyola Chicago, to me, it's not an underdog or a Cinderella story. They're right where they should be. Who else we got? Oregon. They had didn't even get to play the first round because VCU tested positive for COVID, but Oregon showed out.
I picked VCU to win that matchup too.
And USC balled out against Kansas. Phil, I know that hurt your bracket.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And that wasn't even close.
Oh my goodness, 85-51.
Yeah, balled out. Listen, if you don't know the name,
Oregon knocked out Iowa too. That I was watching that game.
Yeah, if y'all don't know the name Evan Mobley from USC, tune in because that boy's going number 2 or number 3 in this year's NBA draft.
Also, Virginia lost.
Yeah, but Virginia losing a double-digit seed in March is like Syracuse going to the Sweet 16 as a double-digit seed. It happens. We all know it. Virginia, it's just they lost to a 16 seed right after they blew a 20-point lead to Syracuse. Like, I'm not betting no type of money on Virginia ever.
Yeah, I was also hurt by Texas and how they performed. I really like Shaka Smart. I thought that team was going to perform a lot better than they did.
And they lost to Abilene Christian. This shows you how big the tournament is. Abilene Christian won one tournament game, and they won their school $120 million.
Oh, wait, how?
Because the shares, the further you go in the tournament, you get more shares for like the revenue that they get for broadcasting rights.
Oh, wow.
So by them winning, they won their school $120 million.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Just win.
And boys from Syracuse right now, though. Oh, brother. Buddy Boeheim. Oh, my goodness. He's averaging damn near 30 points on like 50% from three-point range. It's unreal. I was reading something today. Syracuse is shooting 51% as a team, and they're holding opposing teams at 38%.
Like you said earlier, that shooting down in March is wild.
Yep. In conference play, it's going to get eaten alive because everyone knows what to expect. You go into a tournament when you got a day to prepare for it, it's not something you want to play against.
They got Rutgers up next, I believe. No, they got Houston. I was thinking about
yes.
Got Houston coming up.
And Houston's best player is not 100%.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I'm not buying into that yet.
In my bracket, I have them losing to Houston, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm hoping they go all the way, but that's just where I have them in my bracket. So
we already know where I got them.
Yep. And which one?
And the one I got them winning it all.
Out of all the Cinderella teams that are left, who do you think has the best shot of going the farthest?
It's so weird to me. Go ahead, Lawrence.
I'm looking at. I think Syracuse gets into the Elite Eight, and they go on to play fucking Loyola Chicago. I think based on what the Kenny Madness and then watching what they're doing, I think they got a chance. I think they got a chance. Way it's set up, but you got Loyola that is.
Loyola is they're the top defense or the top offense or top defense in the country, and like the number 3 ranked offensive efficiency team. Like they are elite. The fact that they only got an 8 seed is like I'm not considering them a Cinderella. Like that's if they make it to the Final Four, that's where they should be. They are that good.
Technically, the only Cinderellas right now would be Syracuse and UCLA.
Oregon State.
Oral Roberts.
Or Roberts.
And Oregon State. Yeah, those are.
Yeah.
Are we counting? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Oregon State is 12th.
Yeah, with the Loyola Chicago, you just never bet against Sister Jean, and I think pregame of the Illinois game, he was like saying something about like a little pregame of speech about Illinois, so that's just something you don't go against.
So we don't go against that. No sir.
Yeah. But I can't call them a Cinderella though because they were very misseeded. Because if I was calling them a Cinderella, I'd say they have the best chance of going furthest because they're that great.
Because a couple of years ago, they were a Cinderella story when they made that big run. So
right.
I'll probably have to agree with Lawrence about about Syracuse. They could be Houston just because like Kenny mentioned earlier, we don't know how much validity that has, but the best players hurt, and they have the easiest matchup after the next round with Loyola Chicago. Well, not easy, but they have a
seed wise, right?
Yeah, seed wise. So I think because Oral Roberts will have to face Baylor, So that's or Villanova, and that's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
UCLA, if they wanted to upset Alabama, they have to face either Michigan or Florida State up next. That's going to be a tough task.
Right.
And then USC, Oregon, and Creighton are like all single seats, so we probably won't
Do
count
y'all
it.
see Villanova beating Baylor?
It's very possible. Villanova is that team that
Well
it
coached.
yep, they're very well coached. It doesn't matter what they do all year because when they get to March is when they turn it on, and that's what they're doing right now is they're turning it on.
Facts.
And Baylor is that team that it doesn't matter how good they do all year, they get to March and they turn it off.
Do you see Creighton competing with Gonzaga?
Competing, yes. Winning, absolutely not.
I think it's gonna be like a good maybe they're going back and forth for the next maybe half and then half of the second half and then Gonzaga's gonna turn it on and then.
I was watching the Oklahoma game, man. I'm sitting there just watching it, and they were just chilling in the beginning of the game. They were getting their teeth kicked in. All of a sudden, they start setting screens and shot after shot after shot. I'm sitting in the restaurant, shot after shot going in, and I'm like, oh, now I see why. Now I see why.
The janitor, Drew Timmy, with his handlebar stash. Man, don't mess with that team. Is filthy. I can't wait to watch Jalen Suggs versus Marcus Zagorowski, though, the point guard from Creighton. That is going to be a filthy matchup. For people who haven't watched all year, Marcus Zagorowski, the point guard at Creighton, he's an elite college point guard, and it's going to be fun to watch him and Jalen Suggs go one-on-one.
Is he a top prospect or no?
No, he's a guy that he's a great college player. Like he might catch on somewhere in the NBA, but he's not a top prospect. Fun fact: his brother is Michael Carter Williams, former Syracuse point guard.
Oh, speaking of Syracuse players, I think isn't O'Shea Brissett a former Syracuse player? Because I saw
yes, he is.
Had a 10-day NBA contract with someone.
Oh, he did, yeah. Cause I know he was rocking with the Raptors last year, and they didn't renew him this year. Good for O'Shea.
He signed a 10-day contract with the Indiana Pacers. Nice.
Indiana Pacers rock with the Syracuse a lot. They they drafted Raheem Christmas. CJ Fair, they signed him to the Mad Ants back in the day. Now they got O'Shea Brissett. I like it. I can't wait. It's gonna be this weekend is gonna be nuts for college basketball.
When's the games? The 27th?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Okay, perfect.
So who out of the top seeds we have winning? Since we did the reverse.
Only one that I see winning are the top seeds. I see Alabama and Gonzaga outright winning.
Yep.
All the other games, I feel like they got a chance to lose. Michigan, I lost some money on them at that kiosk at the casino, so I don't like them. So.
I think my final is Gonzaga versus Baylor, so I just see them running the table and then just duking it out in the championship round. So
yeah.
What about Alabama? I never really watched them, but they're sitting at 2, so I don't know.
No, this year they're really good. Like the tournament committee said, Alabama is not a 2 seed; they're actually the 5th number 1 seed. Like that's how good they were this year. Mm-hmm. Just obviously they only had 4 1 seeds to give out, but to me, I think Alabama comes out of that region. I don't trust Michigan down the stretch. And one of their best, I mean, they're playing well without him, but one of their best players is out, Isaiah Livers. So I think when they catch up to Alabama in the Elite Eight, I think it's going to catch them.
All right.
Because I had Michigan losing in the second round to St. Bonaventure, but we know how that turned out. So
yeah, I had that upset pick too.
There's something about St. Bonaventure. Yeah, we all thought.
Shout out to Colgate, though. Colgate, they were holding it down. They almost beat Arkansas. Then they ended up getting blown the hell out, but it was close for a while.
Oh, man.
That's what the mid-majors, man, the school like Colgate that doesn't have the depth. You do well, and then the powerhouse schools bring in their 9th man that's on scholarship, and you're still struggling to play with 7. you get in foul trouble, and it's over.
That's true. Oh, man.
I'm just so excited about the VCU game, like how that ended.
I know. I feel bad for the kids involved in that game.
Yeah, because I had VCU at least making like the 3rd round. So
only nice thing the NCAA did this year is no matter what senior, junior, freshman, whatever, everyone gets extra year eligibility, so at least those kids can come back next year and try again.
Nice. And they'll probably be back still.
Yeah.
All right, man. Any last topics I want to touch on before we step out for the night? Any pressing matters? Any bias matters you guys want to address for the Falcons, the Yankees, the Celtics, the Bruins,
well,
the
Yankees
Patriots?
Yankees are winning the World Series, so nothing else can be said about that.
I think Yankee fans say that every single year. Like World Series.
Well, because I mean, the thing is, when you're as good as we are, it's always World Series or bust.
Yeah, it's also when you spend as much money as you guys every year.
We actually no, but that's not true anymore. Actually, the Red Sox had a higher payroll than the Yankees like the past 2 years. It's not our fault that you guys decided you just want to ship Mookie Betts away for nothing.
I can't believe you did that. World class athlete.
Benintendi's gone as well. Just a lot of players are gone from that championship roster.
Yeah, because now see, here's the thing: the Red Sox are always playing catch up with the Yankees. Like the Yankees were spending a lot of money, so the Red Sox are spending a lot of money. The Yankees pulled back on spending a lot of money. Now the Red Sox trading everyone away. They're just trying to be like us.
Yep. Jackie Bradley Jr.
They can't do it.
Oh, I mean, but they've done a better job than us in recent history. We haven't won a World Series since 2009, so I guess they're winning there.
All right. Yeah, I know what time it is, man. Last words for the people. Encouragement. What you guys got? Phil, what you got? You going first today, man.
Oh.
You gotta have something. You got. Might have to get the Polish snaps going for the end of the show. You gotta have something ready, man. Like I have the same the thing as I say almost every week. Be consistent with everything you do, or whatever you're doing is not gonna be consistent with you, pretty much. So, wait. You gotta repeat that because my headset came up.
Basically, be consistent with everything you do, or everything that you do that can be consistent with you, pretty much.
All right.
Heart and dedication to whatever you do, they'll show right back at you.
There you go. What you got, Kenny? What you got for the people?
I'm a superstitious man, so I got to say the same thing I said last week. Enjoy the tournament, have fun, be safe, go Cuse.
Cuse is going to they win. They're in the Elite Eight. Kenny's gonna be going crazy next episode. Next episode is gonna be what? Is it what?
We'll know if they're in the Final Four or not next episode.
Oh man, he's gonna come with the orange man hat and shit, the foam finger. You know, come with all this crazy shit. He's probably got all this laid out already too. That's the crazy thing.
What?
He definitely has it, bro. I'm telling you.
He pulled it out since he made his
bracket. Right.
What?
But last words from me is, man, enjoy every day. Make the most of it. Be productive. And try to help people any way you can within your reach. Obviously, don't break your back, but if you can help people, try to help them, because you never know, it could make someone's day. So that's my final words. And listen, man, I might have to bet that Cuse wins it all. I might go put some money down on him.
Oh, there we go. We lost now.
So we lost. All right, I won't do it.
If it's anything like the Hawks and Cardinals, we know.
Man, don't give me. Man, that was, bro.
Oh wait, Lord, you can't bet in Syracuse anyways. You can't bet in New York colleges teams in New York State.
I forgot.
So yeah, go ahead and try to make that bet. We're good.
I'll drive to Pennsylvania. Like go right to the border, boom, or no Jersey. Go right to Jersey, boom. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for being consistent with me, Phil and Kenny. Neil's not here. Miss him today, but it's gonna be all right. We're gonna get him next week. Like I said, appreciate everybody that's tuned in tonight. That's watched this. This is the 29th episode. Right. I think next week is the 30th. I could be wrong, but I had to check. We're getting there. It's amazing to see how far we've come, just from the structure of this podcast. Make sure you follow Network on every platform at IBTE Network. Inspired by True Events Network. More content is coming. We are cooking some special things up right now. So I can't wait, man. I can't wait. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. We will catch you later.